Hello and greetings. This is your stock doctor. Today, we'll take a look at the markets. We've got the Dow futures up about 0.5%, but the NASDAQ futures are heading down. It's because of Apple today. Apple suggesting that their orders for their new iPhone 13 are slowing down in conversations with their supplier. Not so great for tech, probably not so great for as a little catalyst for consumer spending as well. So it could be a little bit of a headwind for the good old Amazon, Etsy, Affirm, and the others. Of course, we still expect this quarter to have been an absolutely boom time of a selling season. So I'm optimistic for Q4 earnings. But in the meantime, we still have the craziness of December catalysts ahead of us, specifically even including this the latest on the budget negotiation, which we might within the next few hours know if the House is going to introduce a stopgap measure and if the Senate's going to end up going for it. A lot of things being tossed around in terms of excuses as to why Congress is being stupid. Some say Republicans don't want a vaccine mandate. Republicans say, no, we're fine with the extension. We just don't want the Build Back Better plan. There's so much of a mess going on, which the Build Back Better plan was passed by the House last month. But we still don't have any semblance of hope that it'll actually pass the Senate. So Congress, this particular Congress here, the Joe Biden Congress has been, and this is not like trying to be like left or right or whatever. It's just, it has missed like every deadline. Okay, maybe not every deadline, but it feels pretty bad. Everything you read about this Congress is like, oh, yep, here you go. Another missed deadline for the 118th. Oh, well. Anywho, let's take a peek and see how pre-market's doing with individual stocks and try to get a theme for the day. Let's see where things are heading. Yeah, ADA did have a little bit of a pop. You're right. All right, so as we open up, we've got Moderna down about 3.65%. Moderna down potentially, it's Janet Yellen. She's ready to retire the word transitory and believes the Omicron variant could be with us for some time. Hopes that the new variant will not stifle economic activity. Yeah, well, that's kind of how everyone feels. Okay, anyway, Moderna lost a patent lawsuit. Not so good for them to be able to protect their mRNA technology, messenger RNA technology. It's not ideal. So this stock's obviously had a little bit of downward pressure here in the last couple of days, down 11% yesterday, down 3.6% today. In the pre-market here, Apple down almost a full 3%. And this was one of the reasons we saw the S&P and the indices honestly running. Quite frankly, Apple leading techs and enthusiasm. So no surprise that if you're expecting less chip demand or less iPhone demand, that Qualcomm is now down 2.11%. Even though Apple wants to manufacture a lot of their own pieces, pretty sure, I know the 12 still uses the Qualcomm chips, the 5G chips. I want to say the 13 does as well. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to take a quick peek here. Let's do a quick little Google on that one. iPhone 13 Qualcomm chip. Let's see what we got. Teardowns confirm Qualcomm modems in the iPhone 13 Pro. Yep. iPhone 13 Pro has the Qualcomm X60 modem. Same as in other flagship phones like the Samsung Galaxy. Yeah, Apple does make their own, but they're still using Qualcomm at this point. So it makes sense that now you're seeing Qualcomm pull back just a little bit. Okay, then we've got Zoom down 1.9. Redfin continuing its path down to 37.5. What a disaster. Lucid's trying to knock on the door of 50 here. AMD pulling back a little bit. Finally, a little bit of a relaxation on the chips. NVIDIA, AMD, finally. Square is changing their name to Block, which is, I think it's blatantly a crypto ploy, but I don't know, rebranding the entire company from Square to Block, it just seems quite odd. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. It's like, go focus on doing things that matter. I don't know if a full rebrand like that's necessarily worth it. But you know what? You never know. You just never know what Jack Dorsey's up to. I know he's a big crypto buff and a big believer that inflation's going to last for quite a while. So, maybe this is paying homage to that. Look at pound here, 1932. Some of the prices are just nice. Much nicer than where they had been. DocuSign, 230. I mean, please give me some DocuSign under 200 again. Be very nice. Not seeing massive pain like we saw yesterday. Although remember, folks, yesterday the market was green and then ended up turning red, substantially red. I mean, we were nicely green, and then all of a sudden you had this massive sell-off. I mean, it was something else. Robinhood up just 0.5% after that crazy lockup day yesterday. Lockups yesterday were devastating for Robinhood. I do expect to bounce back over the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see what happens. I think it also depends on the broader movements of the stock market. Fundware and DWAC really moving again. Pre-market here, 12 to 13%. Yesterday, we're jumping up on the news that they're raising another $1 billion somehow. I am honestly blown away. I think they need $1 billion to actually develop the app that they don't have. But that's all right. Good for them if they can get it. Peloton sitting at 44, still below that 46 level where you had one company buy. I want to say was it $1 billion? It was a lot. It was a lot of money that Peloton was able to raise at $46. That Tattooed Chef's actually coming up a little bit, and Dave & Buster up 1.68%. Wanted to go to Dave & Buster's yesterday. I don't know what happened, but yeah, Dave & Buster's rocks. It's at $30. That's that. Look at that. It actually hit 30 even yesterday. Bounced right off of 30. Been keeping an eye on that one. Backed holdings moving up 1%. Kind of moves a lot with the crypto universe. Take a look at Cardano. Cardano all of a sudden popping. I haven't particularly looked at why. Maybe somebody in the comments knows why. Did not get a cyber whistle. No, I was not quick enough. ADA, and let's look at BTC a little bit because we do have a little bit of a drawdown. Yeah, look at that drawdown again here at 56.3 on BTC. We're really channeled, folks, here. You can see it a lot better on the 1 hour. Look at the channeling that we do here. I mean, we consistently channel back to this 56 level. I'm going to bump the size of this a little bit here because this is becoming pretty consistent. All right, so let's see here. Somebody's asking for a little bit more mic volume. I guess I could give a little bit more, like maybe a little 10%, little bump there. I don't know. Let me know how that is for you. You can also turn up the volume. I know there's a limit to that. All right. I can also stop mumbling. Maybe when the coffee hits, we'll stop mumbling. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Took the plunge. Got your first video uploaded. Oh, that's awesome. Course totally worth the money. Thank you for the $5 donation to say the course is worth the money. It's like that's doubly nice. Wow. You're paying me to compliment me. That is so nice. Thank you. All right. So let's see what else we got here. What do we have? Costco down 2.52%. Amazon coming up a little bit. Visa, Disney, these folks rebounding a little bit. Neo's having trouble just getting it up over 40 and staying above 40. Can't keep it up. Nvidia is one that I continue to nibble on a little bit. It's not something I've gone super heavy on yet, but I'm doing tiny little nibbles on it because as we're trending down, I'm just DCAing a little bit into Nvidia and multiple other stocks as well. Not worth going through all of those right now, but point them out sort of as I see them, I suppose. So, look at Sundial, actually getting a little bit of a rebound here, 58 cents, but only a couple percent. Embraer, another one that's just been getting wrecked. Remember, Brazil's got like 10% inflation, but the last month has not been great for Embraer. Look at that. You went from 1940, October 15th, to where you're sitting right now at 1340. This is, I think, is a great industrial play. I really like it. I will, here, let me give you some projections on, oops, wrong button. Let's see if I can pull up some numbers for you. Embraer. Or just ERJ. All right, let's see. Financial analysis on Embraer. We have $24 billion market cap. You are losing money in 2021, but you're expected to make $1.25 of EPS next year, folks. Listen to that. We got to start writing down some value plays, okay? Value, write that down. Just write down the word value and then write down ERJ. Expecting $1.25 of earnings next year with 19% growth. Folks, that's like a 13 times PE. That's crazy. Expecting $3 in 2023. Growth will probably slow in 2024 and 5, down to 4 and 5%. But you're still expecting earnings of between $3 and $7 per share. Folks, $13 divided by 3. That's $13 divided by 3. That's 4.33 as a forward PE ratio. It's crazy. Another one that's kind of like this is Corsair. Let's take a look at Corsair for a moment. Okay, Corsair. I'll answer these questions in a second. CRSR. So Corsair, with the 10% growth expected this year, next year going down to 6.5%, then maybe 10% in 2023. So a little like a little all over the place, right? Margins of about 7 to 9%, not great. Smaller enterprise value, market cap on this thing around $2 billion. But folks, this thing's looking at earnings of this year, 1.33. That brings you to 21 divided by 1.33. That's like a 16 PE. Both pretty low. So ERJ is actually better than Corsair. We thought Corsair was good, but ERJ, there's some value in that one. Holy moly. I don't know. What's another one? Send me another one. In the meantime, did you buy a cyber quad for the kids? Man, that'd be like taking money and throwing it out the window. You should spend it on stocks. But yeah, I did. My autistic 5-year-old loves your hair, and I catch him playing for that Die by the Dip song. Oh, thank you. Thanks for saying that. That's super cool. Notice the 6-minute mile progress is ahead. Oh yeah, you must be following me on Instagram, seeing how that 6-mile progress is going. Yeah. I think we need to reevaluate the challenge to 5 minutes. Nice. Someone here says they're all in on the airlines. Yikes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Brazilian inflation could affect ERJ. 100%. Dropbox. Let's see. DBX. Let's see what we got on DBX. CFR. Another media company, eh? All right, let's see here. Let's look at Dropbox, and then we'll see what you're talking about. Okay, so Dropbox, we're looking at a market cap of about 9.3, EPS of about 150, 10 to 12% growth, so a little bit slower. It's got nice margins, though. You know, they're bringing 26% to the bottom line while growing somewhere between 8 to 12%. It's okay. Not really expecting that bottom line to improve substantially. But yeah, you know, potentially in terms of value, it does look somewhat cheap. But, you know, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's great. So it's always something to keep in mind. Let's see here. What was this other one people were talking about? CFVI. CFVI. Oh, it's going to be another SPAC. Another disaster. Right, what do we have here? So this is trading. Okay, so we've had multiple halts on this thing. Okay. Shares up 26% following late Wednesday press release. Video platform Rumble will go public via SPAC. Really? Rumble. Rumble. All right, let's see here. Rumble. This is Rumble. Cool. Kind of feels a little YouTube-ish, but a little bit more sorted by category, huh? Interesting. I wonder how they actually trend, like minus probably the last 24 hours. But do people actually use Rumble? Does anybody here use Rumble? I mean, you're all on YouTube, but past 5 years. Why does Rumble have these weird spikes? Hold on, let's try. Oh, because there was a movie. No video. I don't think that's going to help. Platform. Nobody's going to Google that. I don't know. I guess I could let me see if I could pull up analytics really quick on the thing. It will take me a second. I honestly don't know anything about Rumble. And I'll tell you, SPACs and momentum. I mean, folks, what happened yesterday to pretty much every single momentum play? And yet for some reason, people are still infatuated with these momentum plays. It's because when they go up 40% or whatever in a day, it's like, oh my gosh, it's going up. It must be a good investment. So Rumble, let's see. Let me go out 3 years. Rumble.com. Okay, so it's some growth. You can kind of see that here. You've gone from a website rank of somewhere around 11 to 14,000 here in 2020 to really actually taking off a little bit here towards the beginning of 2021, but flatlining a little bit right here in 2021. So be interesting to see. I would try to understand how did they pull this off, this surge here, and why is that not continuing right now? That's probably what I'd be trying to understand. At least be something I'd be looking to understand. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's hop back in over here. So how are we doing here? Okie dokie then. Looking at the downside. Ooh, Matterport, 5% to the downside here. That's not good. C3AI 3.93, Etsy down 2.3. Yeah, not a surprise after Apple's drawdown there that you're seeing some pain here. Cloudflare 161 starting to get some discounts here on some good companies. Yeah, still a little pricey there on cybersecurity, but it's going to be a pretty hot topic for a while. Funware, DWAC, Snowflake. These are the runners today. Look at Toast. What's Kathy Wood bought some Toast yesterday. Good old Toasty. AMC coming back about 1.4%. Shift Tech up a little bit here. Let's see here. Proterra, Disney coming up slightly. Tesla coming up about 0.5%. Neo. We got about 11 minutes to go before the market opens. DocuSign. Kind of mixed there. I wonder how the indices are overall. Pull them up really quick. Ooh, and let's look at bond yields as well. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Ooh, Affirm's down 0.75%. Okie dokie. So indices. S&P's flat. That's a little bit of a pull down. NASDAQ's down about 1/3. And Dow's up about 0.3. It's a little softer there. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Bonds. Oh, wow, look at this. The 10-year at 1.41. That headline seems to be old, given that this is 1.41, but that's all right. It's really incredible that yields, especially the 10-year, are falling the way they are. Because if Jerome Powell's coming out suggesting, oh, no, we got to combat inflation, a lot of folks were expecting yields to go up. I don't know. Inflation's more serious. But no, the market was more interested in Jerome just doing something, which is really interesting because this should continue to push down mortgage rates. I made a video on that yesterday. Watch my real estate video. But let's see if we can do a quick Google on this one. Yeah, bouncing around a little bit. So we'll see how they evolve. But it wouldn't surprise me for the trend to actually head down with the latest move in the 10-year. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, let's see here. Rumble is where the Patriots went when they were purged during the change of the admin. Ah, is that true? Somebody here says ignore the market until 10 a.m. Well, yeah, then maybe we'll actually know what direction this thing's going to actually go with. Let's see. SPACs may as well have theta on them at this point. No kidding. Literally, the longer one exists, the more it continues to lose value. Yep. That's a really good way to put it. You want to be, it's kind of like a call option. You want to be in and out. Do you have data on which vaccine between Pfizer and Moderna has a higher number of COVID infections? No, that'd be interesting to look up. I received an ad on Facebook. No, 13. I don't know. I'd have to ask, Kyle, why don't you send an email to kevin@mekevin.com and put in, what's it called? Attention Justin. And we'll get to the bottom of that. All righty. So let's talk here about Morgan Stanley and Neo. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Let's see here. Neo. What's the news with Neo? Morgan Stanley. Neo is undervalued. Well, that's a nice note by Morgan Stanley. Janet Yellen says money market system failed the test and remain a risk. Wow. If she thinks that about money markets, I wonder how she feels about stable coins. Okay. Well, can't get into that darn Motley or Morgan Stanley article, but it's all right. All righty. Ooh, a firm just went positive. See, the pre-market is hilarious. It's so volatile. So we'll see. We've got 7 minutes to see which direction we're going to end up opening this morning. Curious. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Let's check out some of our headlines today. All right, today we have China warns of Pandora's box. WTA warns WTA. Who's the WTA? World Trade Organization? A Women's Tennis Association. Oh, I wasn't expecting that one. Hong Kong permanent retirement outflows hit highest since 2014. Jobless claims. Oh, tomorrow, by the way, jobs data. Tomorrow, jobs data. That's going to be interesting. So tomorrow we'll have to do an earlier live. Set your calendar for 5:30 Pacific time for jobs data. That's 8:30 Eastern. We're expecting, I want to say it was about 565,000. Probably the most important part, though, is going to be what that month-over-month wage pressure is looking like. We're going to see that wage inflation continue or not. That'll be very important. Biden and Psaki speak on COVID soon. SPY will remain red. Probably. Oh, yeah, Shelly. That's crazy. I know. All right. JP Morgan says buy the dip. Some talk about abortion. S&P 500 has worst two-day rut since October of 2020. That was right before the election. That's when you had some real drama. That was when it was fun buy time. I like buying when there's pain. The only downside of buying when there's pain is sometimes stocks continue to trend down. And you got to have the cojones to stay strong. But that's all right. That's why when things are going crazy, you take some tendies. All right, let's listen into Jimmy Chill here and see what he's up to.
What he's done, and Frank is one of the smartest people I've ever met. He built ServiceNow into where he then, he gave it to Donahoe, then gave it to McDermott. ServiceNow, one of the largest companies in America.
No, I know. Listen, he's one of those guys that you support completely.
He had a cot at the office.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like people who don't believe in having a life other than work, because they often on your tombstone, he worked harder.
Right. No,
you harder than others.
All right, this is boring. All righty. Let's see here. What's been under pressure today? So, I mean, same thing so far. Matterport 3.5%, Apple 3%, Etsy 2.6%, Pinterest 2.3%, Rivian at 113. These are the reds today. Affirm keeps going back and forth between positive and negative. So does Cloudflare has been slightly negative. Faraday Futures. Okay, let's go to the top. DWAC and Fun are the ones that are running. Peloton, Win Resorts. Look at Win under $80 again. And Toast. I'm going to look at the financials on Toast, because I remember when this was $50 and I made a video saying they were just ridiculously overvalued. I had a lot of people that were mad at me. They're like, Kevin, I just bought it for 62. I'm buying the dip. I'm getting a good deal at 57. I'm like, no, but okay. Let me see. Toast. Let's look at their financials. Okay, financials on Toast. 3 minutes to go, by the way, before the open. Financials on Toast, you are losing money for 2021, 2022, $17.8 billion market cap, 2023, 2024. No path to profitability. Come on, folks. It'll probably be profitable by 2025. That appears to be the trajectory. And they do have nice growth, though. 37 to 40%, 40 to 37 to 40%, somewhere around there. That's not bad. Good growth, but that's what you're paying for in Toast. It's expensive, though. Pay for a money-losing company. Those are just super not hot right now. But there are some that have the potential of pulling a nice U-turn based on temporary pressures. But it depends. We'll see. We shall see how the market evolves today. 3 minutes to go until the open. How's our SPY doing? All right, so leading into the open, SPY's kind of flat, kind of bored, out of money to buy the dip, out of dip money. That's not good. C3AI almost down 5%. This one's just been getting smoked. I mean, look at C3AI over time here. I mean, this was acting as a strong support for like 3 months, and then it just collapsed. Ugh, the burn. The burn. Any thoughts on UPS stock? Well, if you're an employee at UPS and you can get a 5% discount, I'm a fan of buying the discounted stocks. I think it's a great company, and I think it's going to continue to grow. It's not something that I'd want to be too concentrated in, but I probably would take advantage of the discount. I don't own any logistics companies, but I think they're a great company. Let's see. I'm going to try to pull up their financials really quickly. So we got the opening here. So UPS they're looking at $11.59 of earnings. That's selling for about 16.7 times earnings. It's not bad. Growth potentially slowing next year, though, down to 3 to 4%. I don't know about that. That might be pessimistic. All right, let's listen in.
Ford's up 130% year to date, and I'm sticking with it for my travel truck. Sticking with Ford.
We're definitely going to watch the transports at large today. There's the opening bell and the CNBC Real-Time Exchange. At the big board, Harbor Capital Advisors celebrating the launch of the Harbor Disruptive Innovation ETF at the NASDAQ. From Singapore, it's Grab, a ride-hailing and delivery provider, celebrating its listing via SPAC. We get some solid breadth this morning. We mentioned Ford, Jim. Yesterday it was GM raising their guide.
I thought the GM had good.
Alrighty, let's take a look at what we got here. So the SPY is playing a little bit of a dancing game here right at the open. Trade desk, not sure which way it wants to go. Kind of starting in the middle here. MP Materials heading down. Amazon, unsure. Tesla seems to be wanting to run up. Unity, 1.24. Nice green move here. DWAC, moving down. XPeng. Ooh, XPeng's got a nice little pop here, and so does Neo. These are volatile ones. Let's see here. Yeah, Neo's coming back a little bit. AMC, GameStop trying to move. So a little bit of that momentum play. Trying to come back. Not a lot of green, though. I mean, once you take out DWAC, Snowflake, Fun, XPeng, maybe Upstart up 2%, you're really looking at companies that are up, what, 0.8% or something like that? I mean, these are little rebounds off the floor that we saw yesterday. Yeah, let's look at the downside losers here. Canoe trying to head back under $10. Look at Etsy. Ooh, Etsy, nice rotation down. Ooh, good thing I trimmed a bit at 280. But this will be juicy to buy again soon. I'm very optimistic about Etsy long term. Apple is actually holding on to 160. Look at that. Apple's rotating back up. Jeez. Can't keep that one down. Matterport down 3.41, but still over, what's it called? Still over 160, which is incredible. Square. Where's Square? Square's 190. Folks, Square at 190 or 189. This is where we were May. Look at that. We just fully came back to May pricing and started exceeding it to the downside. Yikes. Tattooed Chef down about 0.9. Corsair 1.2. Clove. Hood probably still have lockup selling going on. I think the pain for Hood is probably going to continue for at least another week. That could be sideways or slightly down. Tesla's now down a quarter. Yeah, wow. Okay. Can't be good for the SPY. Let's see what's going on with the SPY. No, the SPY's actually going up. It's just Tesla going down. Xpeng's the one running right now. Xpeng and CrowdStrike, they're running. Roblox seems to be running. Yep. Roblox, Xpeng, Cloudflare. These guys are moving up today. Visa, Trade Desk. NVIDIA is moving up again. Can't keep NVIDIA down. Enphase up 1.5%. Etsy's recovering. Yeah, look at that recovery. Affirm? Yeah, let's see what Affirm's doing. Oh, yeah, look at that. Affirm went positive again. This is such an interesting market. It's just you get these red days, everything adjusts down, and then people come back in to buy the dip. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think this is the kind of market that, if we get the right pricing, I want to be fully invested in. And there are some companies that have come down nicely. I mean, good discounts. Disney being one of them, but not just Disney. I mean, look at PayPal. Look at Square, or should I say Block? Now that's weird. That's going to take me. I'm going to start calling it Square Block. Round Peg and Square Block. That's it. Somebody else needs to make a company called Round Peg now. And then they can acquire each other. Oh, man. Cloudflare. Good 4% up here after crashing to like 160 there. Was all the way up at 220 within a matter of days, came right down to about 160. Back to 170 right now. Autodesk coming back a little bit. Oh, this is a pretty chill morning. Not a lot of drama here. I think the biggest drama, honestly, is Apple. That's your drama today. Even Matterport's recovering. Wow, look at that. Matterport was down 5% at one point here in pre-market. Where is it? Click it. There we go. Yeah, Matterport's rising again. Can't keep that one down. Palantir, Tattooed Chef, Nvidia as a percent, Redfin, PayPal. All right. Yeah, let's look at SoFi. SoFi. I bought a little bit of SoFi yesterday. Down a little bit more today. The next, but know this, and this is why I've kept my nibbles relatively small. Know that SoFi, in my opinion, has a very strong support at 1471. That's going to be a little bit more of that sort of all-in territory. In fact, let's look at pricing a little bit. So I'm going to write down buy kind of targets. Buy targets. So 1471 is really a nice heavy target for SoFi. I like that one a lot. Etsy, we really got to be under 225 in my opinion. 225. Square and PayPal are I think in a good spot right now. But the thing is they keep going down. So this is where you're on fintech and financials, you're kind of waiting for a bottom. So I'm just going to say wait for reversal. We'll call it the wait for the rev. Yeah, there we go. Wait for the rev. PayPal, Diz, and Square. Robinhood will be a reversal play as well, but I think it's very good in the 24 range. It's like 2380 right now. So I'm going to put 24 on a hood. Huge, like 85% lockup yesterday. Let's see here. Disney's up. Tesla up 1.5%. My goodness. It's another one you can't keep down. Firm's at 118. Look, I bought it yesterday at 116. I can't say it's a bad deal at 118. So, I'll say sub 120 on a Firm. So that means SoFi 1471, that'd be big. Etsy, that'd be nice under 225. Hood 24, a Firm 120. I like these prices. PayPal, Disney, Square, waiting for that reversal. Nvidia, I think on any dip. I'm going to write that down. Any dip. Any dip, I'd probably go Nvidia, Trade Desk, maybe a tiny little nibble into Tesla. Ooh, Redfin coming back a little bit. Back from the depths of 37.87. My goodness. Would I buy more HUT right now? It really depends what I think about Bitcoin. BTC really drives the price of HUT. And be interesting to see if we're going to end up seeing another drawdown on BTC down to 54, or we're going to go back up once again over 58. But it's been very difficult to get back to 60. This rally is transitory. Yeah, probably. AMD. Let's take a peek here. A quick reminder. I know you probably already know this, but pricing did go up for the programs on Building Your Wealth after Black Friday. There is a Cyber Monday coupon code, though, that you could take advantage of through Cyber Monday week. I won't be here on Monday. I'm going on vacation on Friday. I'll still be here Friday, but I won't be doing an open or close on Monday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday. But you can use and take advantage of the Cyber Monday code through Friday. And that way, when I leave on vacation, we're done. So take a look at that. You get lifetime access, which is kind of cool. You pay once. It's not like a subscription model. Ooh, look at Lemonade. Oh, my goodness. Lemonade 7% to 48. Oh, wow. Let me see if there's news on Lemonade. That looks like a news one. Gold, by the way. down to 1765 for whoever's interested in that. Let's take a look at what's going on with Lemonade. Lemonade. Okay. News on Lemonade. Nothing. No news on Lemonade. Hit a 52-week low at 47.84, and now it just appears to be running a little bit. Okay. Cloudflare up 4.6%. Roblox, a little bit of a nice rally coming back. Roblox back up. Really, on Roblox, I'm not going to put them in the any dip. I'm going to put Roblox in the sub 100. That might be harsh. But, and then Lucid on the EVs. I'm going to write down for EVs, wait for EV pain. EVs always go through this cycle of pain when people are hating batteries and how difficult it is to manufacture them and blah, blah, blah. All the FUD that comes out about EVs. We all know we're all going to be basically 100% EV soon. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Roblox, nice pushback. Very, very nice. Ooh, Invitae is up 4% today. CrowdStrike coming up, probably because Cloudflare is running, or maybe vice versa. Ow, Matterport is up again, almost 3%, and so is Trade Desk. Weed Maps, Honest, PayPal and Redfin coming up about 2.5%. Good. Watch for a reversal there because those are great companies. Probably a little more excited about PayPal. Let me see PayPal here. Yeah, look at PayPal. Oh my goodness. 179 is the lowest we've seen PayPal since September of 2020 and October of 2020, right before the election. Oh my gosh. Oh, I probably have to go PayPal shopping. It's too good. It's too good. Nvidia up 1.69. Nice. Target coming up a little. Corsair's coming up a little. Google 0.5%. Robinhood positive. I think Robinhood's going to be the, and I know a lot of people hate on Robinhood, but I don't know. I'll make a dedicated video on Robinhood. I got a thesis on that one. Peloton 7% today. Why? Thoughts on QuantumScape? So I like QuantumScape, but I wouldn't invest in them until I had a little bit more proof of product, because if they can't pull it off, what they're trying to accomplish, then I mean they could literally go bankrupt. I think there's a very high risk. If I was in QuantumScape, I would keep it very, very, very small, tiny little allocation, teeny allocation. Yeah. Apple fell as much as 4% apparently this morning. And so it does look like it's recovering. Yeah, look at that. Fell down to 157. I mean, but then again, is that really a deal? Not really. I mean, zoom out on this, right? I mean, that's just like a day in the life, that little fluctuation right there. You know, Apple, I bought Apple when we were channeling over here. But as soon as we broke out of the channel, I have not been adding to Apple at all. Oh, which reminds me, if you are in the Stocks and Psychology Money group, you do get all of my buy-sell notifications. So if I buy or sell something, it's not a guarantee you're going to make money. It just kind of gives you an idea of, oh, okay, Kevin's buying, Kevin's selling. You know, where's Kevin's head at? Is he buying the dip? Is he waiting? Just sort of gives you that instant feedback. Sometimes it's neat because people are like, oh, I wasn't even looking at the market, and you sit staring at the market all day long, and you're like, oh, this just fell to a new low, and I'm like, I bought the dip too. Some people say that they like it as kind of like, oh, well, somebody's watching. I'm not always watching all day every day, but I do look a lot. It's probably an unhealthy amount. Look at C3AI though. I mean, this has to be bad news. It's down 11%. There has to be news on C3AI. Let me see here. Oh, is DraftKings finally running? That's exciting. There are so many bag holders on DraftKings, and I feel so bad for them. I'm not in DraftKings, but I'm you know what? I'm gonna write down wait for a reversal on DraftKings. DKNG. I'm gonna put that under my wait for reversal tab. So DraftKings price target got reduced by Needham from 122 to 103, and Piper Sandler dropped them from 78 to 44. Oh, and Bank of America downgraded them, and Wedbush downgraded them. They just got a triple downgrade. Holy moly. Or is that a quadruple downgrade? I don't know what it is, but they just got massively downgraded. So that's a bad day for C3AI. Ay, ay, ay. That's another one. I mean, look at this, folks. This is just intense, which is also really shocking because it's somewhat, I'm not extremely well versed in this one, but it's somewhat of a Snowflake style company. And Snowflake just crushed it on earnings. You know, they had a 10% earnings beat. Okay, Etsy's actually recovering a little bit. Nice drop over here. Look at that. We hit 307 on Etsy. But again, I personally probably 225 is where I'd be adding to Etsy. Otherwise, I'll spread to other positions. Okay, where's DraftKings? So Lucid's holding above 50. Very, very strong hold above 50. Square's still going down. All right, let me look at the top a little bit. Okay. And wow, Express out of nowhere, 20% on Express. Hold on a second here. There's another momentum play for you. Just be careful on the momentum moves. We saw what happened yesterday. Momentum moves got creamed. What's the ticker for Express? Why can't I find this? Express. Ah, there it is. EXPR. Don't sue me either. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. That's nice you say. Okay, Express call. Okay, Express reports 47% net sales growth in Q3. Misses consensus, but that's sales growth apparently really pumping them up here. All right. Lemonade 7%. That's a nice reversal on Lemonade in a day. It's not bad. Still at 48. Dave and Buster's popping off 30. I knew it'd pop off 30. It always pops off 30. Dang it. So close. It's at 31.63. It's not like it's that far off. Embraer is running nicely. You know, you do have that inflationary risk from Brazil, but still, valuation wise, if there was going to be a foreign company I'd buy, which I have not bought Embraer, but I'd consider that. I think it's a very good company. I'd consider them hands down over Boeing. People ask me all the time about Boeing. And I'm like, nah, no thanks. But that's just me. Okay, so here's DraftKings. So it's not moving as much as I thought it might be based on the excitement and the commentary here. Let me go DKNG. That's nice, though. That is a nice curve. And let's pull out. Look at that. Went down to $30. We're at 32 right now. $30 brings you to August of 2020. Oh my gosh. It's incredible. So somebody here asks, I've been heavily involved in the market for the past 3 years. Consider yourself an experienced trader. Is it more geared towards newcomers? It depends what you're really looking to get out of it. Because it takes, in my opinion, it goes from zero to advanced. It goes through everything. So if you're more experienced, maybe some of the early psychology lectures, who knows, they could change your perspective, or some of it could start slow because it does take you from zero up, right? But so what some people do is they skip around to some of the more advanced content, or they want to talk about a thesis, so they post a thesis, and we talk about individual different plays or stocks. But ultimately it depends what you're looking for. It depends if you're looking for a group of investors to hang out with and share ideas with. If you're just looking for trades, and what you're looking for, it depends. All right, so GoEV, $11. This was heading back under 10. It's recovering now. So I wonder, how are our indices holding up? Let's see if we got any news. Let's see. CNBC. Okay, everything just went green. Everything. Look at this. We literally have the Dow now 3x what we were in the pre-market. So the Dow has shot up. The S&P was flat at 0. And that's shot up. And now the NASDAQ is up 0.5%. And that was down 0.3. So the indices, honestly, are doing very, very well. Okay, somebody's suggesting that BTC is finally moving. I mean, if you look at the indices, it implies enthusiasm coming back. Yeah, you're right. We're finally back over 57. Yeah, look at that. Nice little push over here. Good. Tesla's actually down, though. Tesla, Affirm, Square, Hood. These guys down fractionally. Not a lot. Fractionally down. Palantir finally heading back to 20. Here's your SPY. It's almost up 1%. You can't keep this market down. It's so crazy. Well, you want to buy the dip. You better buy. Corsair's even coming up 1%. Matterport 2. Nvidia's almost 2. Roblox chilling out a little bit. So's Lemonade. All right, let's see what other headlines we have. How about bonds? No, unchanged on the 10-year, 1.43. Let's try here. OPEC Plus agrees with January production hike. Wow. That's interesting. I think a lot of people were expecting OPEC to try to spite Joe Biden and cut production. So the fact that they agreed to a production hike kind of implies that they don't really care about Joe Biden's 50 million barrels, which, I mean, is a drop in the bucket. I mean, 50 million barrels, I don't think gets you through a day. Look at that. YOLO Army gets hit by volatility as speculative stocks whipsaw. Yeah, the momentum stocks got burned a lot yesterday, like hardcore. And they've been on this sad downtrend. So as a result, oil's down. Okay, what about Financial Times? No options in after hours. Coinbase acquiring a cybersecurity firm. Really? I'll take a look at that in one sec. All right, let me see if I can find that. I mean, not a bad idea for them. I mean, they're the last thing you want is a cyber breach at a crypto company. Let's see. I don't see that. I believe you, but I don't see it yet. No, not yet. At least not in the term. Not being reported yet there. Yeah, we didn't see any news on a Lemonade. AMC's running nicely. Obviously, we know that Snowflake reported, and they beat earnings by 10%, which explains their move here. Wind Resorts back over 80 now. Norwegian Cruise Lines does look like the recovery stocks are recovering a bit. Carnival Cruise Lines still very tempting, and so is Dave & Buster's. I mean, look at some of these prices here. $17.21. The danger is some folks believe that these could be value traps and these companies will end up suffering under massive debt loads. Where's Snapchat? That ran like 6% yesterday and then all of a sudden evaporated. Snapchat's still down. That's crazy. It eradicated a good green day yesterday and just gave up on it. Affirm and Hood now positive slightly. A lot of this back and forth. Volatility's dropping. Lucid under 50. Here we go. Finally, a little bit of a Lucid drop. Upstart coming back down a little more. Upstart, I'd consider Upstart if it came down all the way down to under 100 again. I know that sounds crazy because it's, especially since it was 400, but that was the trader stock that just ran for like 3 months straight, and you could not bet against that one. Your view on Visa outperforming PayPal today? Well, I generally wouldn't compare like the day gains, but I think Visa's a great company, a lot of growth, very high margin. I'll tell you really quick what the margin is for Visa. It's really surprising, the valuation for Visa. And you know they're not going down. You know they're going to be sticking around for a while. But let's look at some of them. Well, I'll tell you some of the numbers. So the growth rate for Visa, and this is quite impressive, is expected to be between 14 and 17%. For a company with a $427 billion market cap, that's impressive. 14 to 17% growth. Their net margin, folks, you won't believe this, okay? Their net margin is 53%. Next year, they're expecting to have an EPS of $7. So if you do 196 divided by 7, it's 28. You know, a little pricey, but it's come down a lot. You're paying for some sweet margin, good margin protection. It's sold off a good chunk here recently. Look at this. I mean, Visa, you're paying somewhere on November of 2020 levels here, and even that was depressed. You know, you could be looking at May of 2020 for the numbers that you're really paying here for Visa. So some potential ones to add. Well, I kind of throw Visa in that same bucket with Disney and PayPal, where if you end up getting a reversal, which who knows, maybe that's today, that's potentially a nice one to add. I think it's at these levels potentially, don't sue me, bro, but a little bit on the safer side than trying to buy some things that are just barely off their tops, right? Like Tesla or Nvidia. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think those are phenomenal companies you got to have in your portfolio. But I do think the other ones are a little bit safer on that note. Where's SoFi? How's SoFi behaving right now? SoFi is... SoFi's up a little bit. Good. 0.89%. And Neo barely moving again. Despite that Morgan Stanley upgrade, you just can't get Neo to move. Quite sad. Yeah, look, Veta worse here. I could see Visa or MasterCard making some strategic acquisitions in fintech. Couldn't agree more. Do I think we'll have an afternoon sell-off? You know, there's so much money sloshing around this market. What we really need is to get through the next 2 weeks. And then I think we could potentially go back into this end of the year rally mode. I really believe that. The next 2 weeks are a crap storm. What's going to happen with jobs? What's going to happen with inflation? What's going to happen with the Omicron? What's going to happen with the Build Back Better plan? What's going to happen with the debt ceiling and the budget deficit? I'll tell you what'll happen. Okay, here's my prediction. You ready for this? I'll give you my prediction right now. Okay. My prediction is Lucid crashes. Okay. Robinhood moons. Maybe not as high as it previously went. Congress punts until Feb. The jobs report's fine. And the inflation within the jobs report is fine. I think the CPI for November is still going to be elevated. Probably over 5.8%. That's going to lead the Federal Reserve to modestly accelerate the taper. Maybe they'll bring us down instead of 15 bill, 30 bill. That's my prediction. I'm going to write this down. Prediction by year end. And the debt ceiling will also get punted till Feb. And then, of course, you'll have volatility for profit taking and loss taking, but that'll subside in January. So this is what my crystal ball says. The crystal ball says Lucid crashes, Robinhood moons, Congress punts all their obligations until February, which means no Build Back Better or higher taxes until February. if even then. The jobs and CPI reports will be nominal. The Fed will do a slightly increased taper and a lot more wait and see. And we're going to get through, and then, of course, we're going to have more volatility between now and the end of the year. That'll start subsiding by the end of the year and into January as profit-taking and loss-taking ends. And then we go into January and maybe we get this end of the year like Santa Claus rally and New Year's rally, whether that's in January now, whatever. That's what my crystal ball says. Well, Congress has actually not kicked it down the road yet. They're negotiating right now. I think the House just released the attempt to punt the budget until February. The Senate is still up in the air on that. But yeah, so stay tuned. So why Hood? Okay, long story short, they had these massive lockups. They're relative to the other brokerages like SoFi or Coinbase. They're extremely undervalued relative to the other brokerages. You have to put them in the same asset class, right? And so I'll do a thesis video on them, but let's just say I got some calls. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. But anyway, and I could be wrong, but anyway. Tesla 1.2. And what else do we have here? How are indices doing? Looks like everything's mostly trending up. CNBC. Yeah, all the indices are still trending up. Oh, there we go. The House just struck a deal. But again, it's going to be up to the Senate. I mean, the House striking a deal to punt is no surprise. But it's going to be on the Senate. So the indices are up. Dave & Buster's up. Snowflake. Okay, this is pretty much the same. Embraer. Lemonade pulled back a bit. Cloudflare. Okay, this is pretty consistent. All right. So there we go. Went through my crystal ball. And that's what my crystal ball says. I hope you enjoy my crystal ball. If you want to see how I'm trading based on my crystal ball, check out the Stocks and Psychology of Money group link down below. Or any of the programs, quite frankly. Stocks, Psychology of Money comes with the buy-sell alerts. But yeah, look at Tesla. The spark line on Tesla continues to move down a bit here. Could be a little buy opportunity. I don't love the idea of buying Tesla over 1,000. But I would definitely watch that. If Elon's doing some dumping, could be a little opportunity, especially since we went green here. And then all of a sudden we started getting some more volume to the downside. So could be some Elon sell orders here. And he doesn't sell in big spikes either. He sells in like little chunks to purposefully not create a big volume pop. All right. That about does it for me. Thanks so much for being here, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Appreciate you. Check out the programs down below. Use that Cyber Monday coupon. It does expire tomorrow. It's a little bit more expensive than Black Friday, but it's still a good deal. And then the pricing will really go up.